All right, my bad. My bad. I had to somebody called me. But like I was saying, I want to talk about what was I talking about? The my fasting journey. I'm gonna start doing a lot more every week. Well, it doesn't matter. Like what I'm gonna do is anybody who wants to join me on my fast, I'm gonna let you guys know, and then we're gonna start going. I'm gonna be doing this regularly, but anybody who wants to join me, like if you just say, oh, you want to do 2-3 days, you could do 2-3 days. But I'm gonna be doing this regularly, and I'm gonna be creating a fasting group where it's not gonna just be about fasting. It's gonna be also about like the whole everything, like the three everything. You got the whole the body and the spirit and then the mind. So it's not just gonna be about the body and shit. So we got to do the whole three because if you don't do the whole three, then it's just gonna fuck up and it's not gonna work. That's the problem with this reality. Nobody has any balance. It's like this is why it's hard for people. Like if you're watching my video and you have this type of mentality that I show you on this channel, it's hard for you to connect because nobody has any balance. People are either too spiritual where they're fucking crazy and you don't want to be around them, or they're not spiritual enough. There's really no balance because usually when people are it's not even called too spiritual. It's actually they're fucking crazy and psychotic. But then they think it's because they're spiritual. So these people think they're very spiritual, but they're very crazy. And then you can't be around these people. And they're just the other polarity of the people who aren't spiritual and are sheep, but it's just the opposite. You don't want any of that polarity because it's extreme. You want to have a fucking balance, but people don't understand that shit. So you got dumbasses who you got to stoop to the level, or you got fucking people who like they're crazy and they're not empaths. They're psychopaths because every the empath psychopath is the same thing, but it's different polarities. Psychopath is the opposite of an empath. So these people are psychopaths, but they think they're empaths. Shit's fucking crazy. That's how most motherfuckers are. So that's why I don't. It's like it's hard to really relate because people are crazy as hell out here. So that's why I'm realizing like it's good to do what you do. Is you have to just do your own thing and make your own platform, and then that's how you like actually relate and shit and find. You got to just do your own thing. And the thing is though, like this whole like the whole likes, like a lot of people want likes and they want views and shit, which I understand because of money. But the thing is though, when you have that, then shit isn't genuine, and then that's when shit switches up. So now you have to act a certain way, and if you stop acting a certain way and you be yourself, then you lose your views and shit. So that's why it's like you gotta like choose. Do you want to have the views, or it's not even really choosing because there's other ways. Like YouTube's not the only way to make revenue. Like if anything, what you're supposed to do is the money you make off YouTube, you're supposed to invest it in other streams of and avenues. That's what you're supposed to do. But dumbass people, they don't know how to do that, so they just live off of it. Now when they demonetize them, they're like, oh, YouTube made took my livelihood. Like, no, you fucking idiot. It's supposed to be a stream of income, and then you have other streams that you invest. You don't just have one or two streams of income. You have to have a lot more. So when one fucks up, you have other ones. Shit is fucking crazy though, but who's this? Hi man. I know you don't know me, I'm just saying hi. What's good? But I'm gonna be starting a group, and anybody who wants to go on a fast, I'm gonna be just making videos. I'm gonna be like, I'm starting a fast tomorrow. I'm starting one right now. Anybody wants to join me? You don't even have to join me on the day. It could be 2 days in, and you want to join still, then you can join. It doesn't have to be all because everybody. Oh, it has to be on this. No, join whatever. As long as I'm on the fast, you can join in, and you can count that day, and then we're gonna just keep it going from there. Because at the end of the day, it's not about how many fucking days you can do. It's about making it a lifestyle. That the mistake you don't want to have when it comes to health is not making it a lifestyle. I made it a mistake where I didn't make it a lifestyle. I made it like, oh, I want to heal myself, then go back and do what I want to. You can't do that because it's not going to work. So what you have to do, you have to make it a lifestyle and get used to like doing it, because at the end of the day, a lot of people may say, who gives a fuck about health and we're all gonna die? But if that's the case, then why don't you just kill yourself right now? And you say there's no reason, because why would I just kill myself? But for me, eating junk food and not fasting is killing myself. So you say I don't want to shoot myself. Why would I do that? It's dumb. Why would I want to kill myself? Why would I want to not fast and eat junk food? You see what I'm saying? It's both killing yourself. Somebody who's on a healthy lifestyle, they see not living that as killing themselves. Dumbass. So see how people are so stupid. They'll just this is why nobody has their own brain. Like a lot of people say, oh, you're smart, I have common sense, but people are just very fucking retarded. So we're in a world of retards. So that's why it's like, oh my goodness, people can't break shit down because their mind is just retarded. That's what I'm realizing. Like most people are just dumb. Like if you go in a room with a kindergartner and then you start talking all this shit, you could say I'm smarter than all the kindergartners, but at the end of the day, you're around a bunch of kindergartners. I'm around a bunch of dumbasses. Yeah, fuck the flat earth theory. I don't give a fuck about flat earth. Motherfuckers that believe in flat earth need to get a flat face. They need to get a flat face because they're just stupid, man. I don't even want to get into that. Like that shit is just, it's already what I've been telling you guys. It's a psyop. It's a program. You guys, if you watch my channel, you already know what I'm gonna say because you know what that is. Why does it even fucking matter? Like it doesn't matter. I don't care. Like literally, I don't care, and it doesn't affect my life. And you can't tell me it affects my life. You don't live my fucking life. That's what people like. Oh, it matters. No, at the end of the day, you want to believe in it. The same way fucking children and kids watch Nick Jr. and Cartoon Network. That's the same thing you're doing when you watch the Flat Earth. You're being entertained, and you just like watching that show. You like watching that television show, and you like to binge on the marathon. So don't. That's all it is. Don't act like it's something it isn't. So at the end of the day, that's all humans want to do. They just want to gratify their desires and feel good and get a lot of energy from this Jewish system. So a lot of you may see a lot of people talk they shit and whatever, but it's really just they just want their desires met. And because when you put people in certain situations, you see their true colors. Everybody looks peaceful now, but once shit starts breaking down, everyone's gonna be like an animal. The same animal you see in the forest, human beings are like that. The reason is not is because they have what you call civilization. So the Masons, they constructed language and created buildings and bricks, and they civilized the animal of man. So this is what's going on. So now our job is to take that, because the people that were animal, they're civilized. So the people now need to take what they learn and become their own. But people are so stupid. So this is what you have, the government that has to control people and civil. Because if you took away water, if you took away food, if you just said the banks were closing, all those people that you see smiling every day, they'll be cutthroat and very violent, like a ravaged dog or whatever, because that's an animal, that's man. But since Masons know mind control and they know how to build civilizations, they can kind of like structure that so that it could turn that chaos into order. And within that, and they control everything. That's why they have to have like taxes, rules, and all these laws, really, because on a deeper level, if they didn't have all this shit, like you guys think people are crazy and depressed right now. If a lot of this shit wasn't in place, like these governments, you guys would be seeing some shit from The Saw. You know that movie The Saw? It'll be some crazier shit than that. Like people will be going mad. There'll be a lot of crazy shit like that going on in the reality. You won't be able to really do anything because there'll be a lot of craziness. So like a lot of you guys take a lot of shit for granted and shit. Like you go into the fucking store and eat some and shit. You don't worry about somebody trying to kill you. That's because everything's been civilized and they have police and law enforcement. But if like a lot of this shit didn't exist because people are crazy, especially under this mind control, they'll be like, you won't be able to just do that shit. But it looks normal because you guys are here, but you guys don't know, like, people are fucking crazy. It's not like it's deeper than like, oh, the government just mind. Like human beings are just animals and very fucking stupid. And if they're not controlled, like this system sucks and I fucking hate it. But like the only way to do it is to get for us to wake up and change it. If like if shit would just fall apart, it would actually be fucking worse and people would just be, they'll be free for all. Like the purge times 10. This nigga said you just like my dad telling all the facts about the world. That nigga smite, nigga. That's funny as fuck, nigga. Yeah, for real. Because whoever your dad is, yeah, he must know some shit then. If he's telling you shit about the world. Okay. Well, you asked me that, but yeah, I'm about to fucking. I'm gonna be starting to fast on probably the next few days. I'm gonna start it, and I'm gonna just. I'm not. It's not gonna be a set number of days. I'm gonna just keep going, and that's how it's gonna be. I'm gonna just keep going. That's how it's gonna be, and I don't count the days anymore. The days go by so fast now. There's no point counting the days because it's not about counting the days. The days really don't mean shit. The days actually get you fucked up because when you count the days, like the longest days I did, like the longest day I did was 43, and this was back in 2020. When I was doing that day, I expected to go 60 days. Like all the days I did, like the ones I did like 20 days, I expected to go 30. Like every time I did a lot of days, I is because I wanted to do more. So I've never. It was hard for me to say I'm gonna do 20, and I did 20. Every time I say I'm gonna do 20, I only probably do like 11. If I said I do 11, then I go. So what I do is I just say I'm gonna just keep going, or I'm gonna do 30. And then when I do say 30, then it's like it tricks my mind. So you always have to set the bar high. Like I told you guys, like create your own system and do all this. And a lot of you guys may think that I'm crazy and whatever, but it's not really because it's programming your mind and it's programming my mind. I'm able to decipher shit a lot more and understand shit and see shit a lot clearer because once you take on a big feat and you don't, like they say, like if you can't reach, try reaching for the stars, and then if you can't reach the stars, you're guaranteed to hit the clouds because you try so hard, most likely you're gonna get the clouds and shit. So that's how you gotta look at it. So like when I tell you guys like, oh, take you can create your own system. You literally can create your own system, and you know don't let anybody tell you that. Don't let anyone tell you that you don't know everything because you do know everything. And tell them how can you say I don't know everything if you claim yourself that you don't know everything. So if you saying that you don't know everything, what came from your mouth, that means that everything that comes out your mouth is compromised because I can't take it for truth because you just said you don't know everything. So if whatever you tell me about me, it could be wrong. So how can you? It's stupid. You say, oh, you don't know everything while believing that you don't know everything. Fucking dumb. So I know everything and nobody can tell me whatever. And even if they tell me, um, you don't know everything. I'm like, knowing everything means also knowing how it is to be wrong. So even if I was wrong, that's part of knowing everything. So I was wrong and I also know everything. And you're going to manifest situations where you know everything. That's why I know everything. And I'm able to break shit down because I tell myself I know everything and I always come up with a solution and I know everything. So I'm going to fast soon. Yeah, that's what people need to start doing because it's going to be a lot of the shit people are eating now, the food is not the same as it was 10 years ago. You guys need to understand the food changes every year. They're gradually adding stuff to the food every year. It's not just, oh, they put stuff in the, no, they're continually changing and manipulating the ingredients in the food. When you see the food quality get less, that's because they're adding more crap into the food to make up for like the cost and the ingredients. So the food doesn't taste the same no more. So and then I guess back in like 2013, they changed. They did something where they can because but there was a time where all meat came from the U.S. But like I think it was around 2013, they made it where like only fucking you can get meat from China and shit. So now the meat is not really the same. You got meat coming from like all over the world now compared to how it was years ago. So the food's gonna get worse, and when the food gets worse, people are gonna get sick more. So you're gonna see a lot of people get sick in the future a lot more because what's what they're putting in the food, and they're gonna end up having to do 3D printed food because eventually, as the food gets worse and worse, they're gonna have to phase all that shit out, and it's gonna be everything's gonna be 3D printed. And this is why they're doing a plant food because it's cheap, and then they can make a lot of it because they're gonna get rid of all that shit. So you're gonna eat. You're gonna pretty much have to start fasting in the future, or you're gonna have to eat really healthy because the food, like the same McDonald's you're eating today, is not gonna taste the same in the next 10 years. You guys already see it doesn't even the food doesn't. I don't eat that shit. I haven't ate McDonald's since probably like 2015. No, no, not even that because I didn't even eat that shit then. Probably 2014, 13. Because I had to get the McChicken in, and I used to drink the tall can and drink that shit. It's like 2013, probably the last time I ate McDonald's and shit. But people say like that shit don't even taste the same anymore, and none of the shit tastes the same because they're changing the ingredient. So that means that the food is worse because there's more chemicals in it. So Oreo cookies today, as bad as that shit is worse today than it was 10 years ago because it had real ingredients. More, even though it wasn't real, it was junk, but it wasn't as poisonous. It didn't have as much shit in it. So that's what I'm saying. Like, so this is gonna lead to more like illness and shit if people keep eating that crap. That's another reason why they're putting less food in the package because it's not the same type of food. It's less ingredients, so they gotta like not have to make sure it's not this. The dose might kill somebody and shit. The shit that they're putting in there. So it's like it's just what I'm saying. Like it's just crazy. What up, though, fam? No fan. Yeah, for real. That's exactly what I'm saying to it. Same with me. That's why I'm making this video and I'm gonna start going hard at it. And it's not like we gotta just do it a little bit. It's gotta be a lifestyle. That's the thing. It's gotta be a lifestyle. It has to be a lifestyle because if it's not a lifestyle, then you just gotta resort back to normal and then it's just gonna fuck everyone up. You don't want, yeah. Because there's going to be a lot of shit. And the food, like I said, you're not going to want to be eating the food because the food is going to be more tainted. They already talk about 3D printed meat. Anything that's 3D printed is pretty much GMO times two. So get the most GMO food you can get at the store right now. If that shit is not that shit, like you get Oreos and cheeses. You guys say that's GMO, right? It's not good. So imagine something that's even more GMO, 3D printed food. That's even worse. So like, who wants that? And that's what's gonna most people are gonna have to eat. Because once they start collapsing economies and doing this inflation and things get expensive, people are gonna have to find shortcuts to like because it's all staged though. It's not like it has to have like they're all trying to stage it up to make it come out like that. This is part of the reason why a lot of people don't eat as much. And a lot of people talk about fasting intermittent because you're not gonna want to eat in the future. You're not gonna want to trust this food that is out. You're gonna have to start growing your own shit or making your own shit. Or like maybe there may be people you can buy from that have real food, but it's gonna be probably more expensive. And at that point, it's like, why even do that? They're about to sell this meat. What you call it, McDonald's? One. Yeah, that meat is just none of the food is real. It's not real. Like none of it is real. Like all of that shit is all because you guys gotta understand. Like when you go to the store and you see like chicken breast for like $18 a pound, or you see steak for like $10 a pound, or like you guys think it's expensive. Like, oh, it's $20 for this ribeye. Like that shit's cheap as fuck. Because if you go online, there's websites that have steaks for like $800, $500, and like they're more that's like the real shit. The shit at the store is not even the real. Nothing you're eating is the real shit. Why do you think they have like 5-star restaurants and these high end places that and like all this is because it's real food. The more real the food is, the more expensive it is. The less real it is and the more chemicals, the cheaper it is. That's how with everything is. So that's why you see all that shit in the grocery stores, like a whole because it's not real. That's why they have like 1,000 fucking cases of Cheerios and shit on the shelf just sitting there for like 3 months. It's not real food. So like, no point of eating this shit no more. Like me, I don't even buy food no more. I don't spend no money on food at all. I eat very little as it is. So the food I eat, I just steal it. I don't even waste my. I don't spend any money at all on food unless I'm going to eat at like out at a restaurant or whatever. But the last few weeks, I've been like, I haven't even been feeling like eating heavy. Like even if I go get some fruits, apples, like I'll be getting apples because I eat like apples and bananas is what I've been eating a lot lately when I get hungry. And like that just satisfies me. I don't need to eat no greasy shit. Like before, like a couple months ago, 2, 3, I used to go to a fucking taco shop, eat like fucking 5, 6 tacos every day. I can't do that shit now. Like it's too heavy. So I just go to the grocery store, I just load my shit up with like some apples and bananas. I just get the fuck out of it. If I need some, then I go there when I need it. That's it. I don't even spend my money on waste my money on food and shit no more. Yeah. My phone's about to die. I'm about to go and charge it. God damn it. What the fuck did I do there? Yeah. But yeah, for sure. I'm gonna see. My phone's about to die. I might have to go on my iPad. I don't know. Yeah, I'll probably be on for like 30 more minutes or so. Yeah. Yeah, man. But I'm trying to think, man, like what the fuck is this? And I was chilling here earlier. As I said this on my other live stream, but I was chilling here fucking earlier and some old lady. It said some old like fucking old homeless lady. Like she's like fucking some knockhead. I guess she was just getting her ass beat by some other lady and shit. And then I guess like her mouth was bleeding and shit. It was like right over here, just right there, just in front of my car. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like this reality is crazy. Like people are fucking crazy. And I guess like she tried to steal her phone or something. Like that's what I'm saying. Like this people are motherfucking crazy out here. Stupid as fuck. Like who really cares? Like both of them are stupid. The bitch is stupid for trying to steal a phone and not being slick and not even having some type of protection if that shit went down. Like you gotta think, you gotta play chess. She's stupid for that. The other bitch is just tripping. Like it wasn't even that fucking serious. So like they both fucking stupid. Spiritual blood and you get your soul. Oh yeah, for real. For real, like yeah, like the spiritual shit, it's like a spiritual DNA. And then like it goes beyond like family and all that. And a spiritual DNA. And then this is why like you come into the body and you see correspondence and like synchronicities and shit is because of that is because of that like spiritual genetics. So the spiritual genetics, it plays out in certain situations and certain things you go through, how you may look, and like it just like it's kind of like that, and that's kind of how you find your soul tribe and shit. Oh yeah, it did because it was eating too much. It's good that it lost weight because they said it doesn't get healthy if it eats too much, and I was like feeding it hella food. Oh man. Yeah, man. It's true, man. But I'm gonna be, yeah, and you guys be prepared for that full moon. There's a full moon coming up. I'll say it's on the 29th, and it's in Aries. So yeah, it's gonna be an intense full moon. Like you know how the funny thing is, Like you see how other people that be making YouTube videos, right? And then you see them, they don't make YouTube videos. Like they just stop making videos and shit. That's the thing I noticed. Like there'll be people that'll make videos and then like they'll just stop making videos. They take their videos down. I'm like, why are you taking your videos and why don't you like or why are you just stop? Like it's just weird. And like they'll come back. I'm not saying you can't do that, but it's just a lot of people they just do it for dumb shit. Like if it's some real shit, then I understand. But the reason I'm saying all this is because like in real life, everybody goes through issues. So people who are weak-minded, they let the issues detract them from what their like main focus is. I'm not saying you can't like take a break and do shit, but it's just funny how I can just see how like weak-minded people are. They'll let this program or this system like get to them where they'll like stop doing something or and it just makes me laugh like because I noticed that shit. Yeah, that full moon's gonna be intense. I think it's a it's gonna be a super full moon in Aries. So if you have like if you have Cancer, Capricorn, um, it's gonna affect you too. It's not just Aries. It's Cancer, Capricorn, Aries, um, Libra. If you have any Libra placements, it's gonna affect you. So yeah, yeah, it's gonna be an intense full moon. Because I think because what right now we're going through some type of shift right now. This is why like you're seeing a lot of things. You're seeing a lot of things happen right now. Like a lot of things are gonna be happening within the next couple months because we're going through a shift. Anytime we're going through some type of spiritual shift, the government and the system they have to like play it out in the physical. So they do something in their system that represents it kind of because they have to be they're on a certain type of astrology every day they have to follow astrology the people who run the government they have to so you can kind of see what they're going to do based on like the astrology and what's happening where the spiritual energy is right now the spiritual energy is changing so they're going to start changing a lot of shit right now because there's like a shift going on right now that's one of the reasons time is like accelerating like very quick because there's about to be a shift pretty soon, like real soon, and there's gonna be like a whole bunch. Once that shift gets here, then that's where you're gonna start seeing a lot of shit start hitting the fan. Like you start to do all the shit that people say shit hits the fan. You're gonna start seeing more of it. It's gonna accelerate because each year it's gonna get a little worse. So just as bad as it is like this year, it's gonna get a little worse next year, and it's gonna reach a certain point. Yeah, people then nobody even like knows about it. Like you people just like are like it's normal. They don't like question it or like I think I heard heard one person they're like talking about how fast the day went, but that's what I'm saying. Like people, yeah, this is why I tell you the mind control. Most people they can't think for themselves. You see how people aren't able to notice this. So this is why the world is the way it is. Like you guys might hate the world, but all the shit you hate in the world, understand that most of these sheep they need it, and if they didn't have it, like us, we don't need it because we can govern ourselves because we have the knowledge. But it is also about like us obtaining the knowledge too. You can't just say it; you have to also obtain and know what's going on. So we could do that, but these sheep they can't. They need the fucking. They need that shit. So a lot of the shit you guys hate, these sheep need. And this is why it's allowed to keep going on. Like you guys wonder, like why is it allowed to? Because whatever anyone says at the end of the day, the shit's still going on. Right as of right now, they're getting the last word right now because the shit's still running. You still got to spend money with somebody's face on it, so you can't really say anything about like anybody's really awakened, really. So that's just how it is. So that just being that's proof that why this is why the sheep do what they have to get, what they have to get. But who really gives a shit? At the end? They're not even that serious. I actually like the day speeding up because, like I said, the only people who don't like the day speeding up are people who are into their desires. People who don't like this new shift are going to be people that are very into their desires. If you're really into just having fun, chilling, and being into just not doing anything, you're going to hate this shift because the shift is going to be like you got to probably feel hella tired and you don't want to do shit. You're gonna feel like you don't have enough time to do what you want to do because this shift is supposed to be like because once we start getting shit in Aries, like Neptune and Saturn and all that shit in Aries, like you're gonna have to start going. Like it's gonna be like get up and go energy, and you can't be just laying down. Everything's gonna be fast paced and everybody's gonna be. You're not gonna have time to. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's how the energy is gonna probably be in the next couple years. Not probably, it's gonna be like that because that's what the astrology says. Because if you read the astrology, you can see what's going to go on. Like back in, like they say, like right now, Saturn is in Neptune, or no, Saturn is conjunct Neptune, and they're both in Pisces right now. So the energy right now plays out like that. Everybody's like in their fucking delusions and shit. People have a lot of like depression, anxiety. Everything feels like it's the end and there's no hope really. That's that whole Pisces energy. It just feels like that right now. But once you get out of it, then it's gonna be a different vibe, and that's when you're gonna have the energy. That's what I'm saying. Like this is just a transit. This is a kind of a slow, dark transit because it's like kind of depressing in a way, or kind of like you feel like there's no hope really, and there's no point because that's the Piscean energy. But once we get into Aries, it's gonna be more like that's when shit's gonna be really fast. And if you don't have your shit together, it's gonna be kind of like you just gonna have to like acquiesce with the bullshit and just be stuck with it, or you just gonna have to go through a lot of hell to get your shit right. No, not at the end of the day. The only thing I want to do is fulfill my spiritual mission. That's the only thing I want to do. I can give a fuck about anything else. Everything I base what I want to do on is based on is it my spiritual mission. My hobby, what I love to do is my spiritual mission. Everything else is a bullshit desire that's ruined my fucking life. Anything that I love is a desire that ruined my fucking life. The only thing that I actually care about and excites me is completing my mission so I don't have to go through this bullshit again. And that's one of the reasons that it excites me. That's how I see it. I can give a fuck about doing, but the thing is though, I don't care about doing a lot of shit. Like if it's not in my spiritual mission to go fucking travel the world, I don't want to fucking travel the world. I give a fuck about that shit. So but at the same time, like if it is my mission and the spirit tells me I need to do this, that, and by chance I'm traveling the world, I'm gonna enjoy that and I'm gonna be happy I'm traveling the world because it's my spiritual mission. If I'm enjoying something and it's not my spiritual mission, that's a bullshit desire that's about to ruin me. And you need to get the fuck up out of it quick. And I'm not speaking for everyone. I'm speaking for me. Because me, I can't be in that shit. I don't like anything in this world. That's why I don't have no likes. I don't like a lot of food. I don't when it comes to music, I'm very picky. Um, I just don't like a lot of shit. I don't like this. I'm just very picky on everything. Yeah. So I'm park my shit's fucking crazy, dude. I remember you warned us about Saturn and Pisces or time speeding up faster, and that we gotta get our shit together. It was on our old lives, and fast forward now. Yeah, I did say that. It's gonna get a lot faster. Like pretty soon, you're not even gonna be able to like do anything. Like to be honest, it's gonna be so quick, but it's not gonna be quick where like just like right now, you guys don't really tell, but it's gonna get a lot faster. Like the days are gonna go by in moments. It's gonna be like because it's gonna be a different energy. No, oh, the last two. What last two? I don't know. I think I privated one of them. I think I privated both of them. Yeah. Yeah. The only thing I want to do is my spiritual mission, and that's it. That's the only thing I want to do. You're not supposed to be working right now. Saturn's in Pisces. You ain't supposed to work in Saturn's in Pisces. Saturn was in Virgo. When Saturn was in Virgo, it was like 2009. That's when the economy collapsed. Back in 29, well, so-called collapse in 2009. And remember, everybody wanted to work. Everyone was looking for because Saturn was in Virgo. And Saturn's in Pisces, so it's the opposite of Virgo. So you ain't supposed to be working. If you're working, it's gonna be miserable. You don't feel like it's not enough time to do shit because this ain't the energy. You're supposed to have shit that's everything's supposed to be straight, pretty much. You're supposed to be manifesting your dreams right now. Everything that you thought and that you wanted to do is supposed to be happening in Saturn and Pisces. Because Saturn rules reality, Pisces rules dreams. Your dreams are supposed to be into reality right now. If they're not into reality, that means your nightmares are in reality. That's the negative of Saturn and Pisces. So you're either gonna have your nightmares in reality or your dreams in reality. So that's pretty much what's going on right now. Oh man. I'm tired as this motherfucker. Well, I'm not even tired. Why am I even saying I'm not tired? Yeah, man. And imagine people who have to commute to a 9 to 5. They got to commute like an hour, 2 hours. That's crazy. Imagine that. They got to commute 2, 3 hours every fucking day. He's like, I got laid off for. Yeah, everyone's gonna get laid the fuck off. It's gonna be done at a slow rate though. It's gonna be done at a slow rate. They're gonna lay everybody off. Yeah, yeah. He said I always want to have a car. Yeah, yep. So it could have been it. Interesting. I brought what up? Okay. Oh man. Damn time. Tripping. So I'm 26. I'm manifesting your dream. Damn. Oh, I know what to do. I'm gonna. Oh, come on! Don't tell me I don't have my fucking. Oh, there it is. Turn this off. Okay, perfect. It's way better. Yeah. What's good with everyone? Yeah, man. Yeah, they changed it. They don't put people on my live stream. They don't put people on my live stream anymore. If you don't have a certain amount of subscribers, only a certain amount of people can join your live stream. Like they have a lot of shit you guys don't know because YouTube is not like what you guys think it is. You guys think this shit is like kind of sweet where you upload some videos and you get views, and there's a lot of business and money involved in like legal shit. So there's people right here who get they get 100,000 views average. There's a lot of people that get that amount of views, and there's a lot of people that get those views and they pay people tens of thousands of dollars a month to keep those views at that average rate. So if you got people spending money to get views and clicks, do you think it's gonna be just that easy for you to just get views viral without any type of help? If people are spending tens of thousands to do it, it's like right now you want to go out and buy a vehicle or a car or some shit. But well, you guys know what I'm saying. Like that's kind of a dumb example what I was gonna say, but you guys know what I'm saying. So this is why it's like it's hard to fucking like just keep going. You have to be usually when they put you up in the algorithm is when you're speaking a certain type of way. You have to have like you guys watch the gang stalking community. Every community they gotta have somebody that goes viral. And that's gonna be somebody when you see that person that's viral within that community, they have that Masonic mentality that these people like, so they put them to the top. So they have everything professional. They talk a certain way. They have certain body language, and they speak in a certain. They convey a message in a certain way, which is Masonic, and it's part of the mind control. So when the person acts like that, the Mason's like, okay, that's a good sheep. That sheep is like a sheep that we made that's really good. So we're gonna promote him. So then they promote them. So like for example, that new breed, or you see new breed, the dude got hundreds of thousands of subscribers. Look at his channel, and then look at the other dude. I'm gonna do a white person, so you guys see that it's nothing to do with race. Because if I say Mark the Messenger, you're gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna do a white person. Look at that other guy. He makes gang stalking videos like the new breed. Is his name is Terry Joel Jr. He talks about religion and chosen one and shit. If you get those two people, you could tell like they're the same type of people. It's that blood spiritual type shit. That's like, even though they're not black, they're not the same race. They have that same type of mentality, which where the mind goes, the body goes. So they act, they have a mentality, and then therefore they kind of look and act a certain way, even though they're not the same race. So they kind of, you see how they kind of look and act the same. That's what I'm saying. Like it's that shit. And when you have a certain mentality, then they choose you. It doesn't have to be all be like the same people acting the same, but there's within that mentality, there's different groups of how they like people acting, and you have to talk a certain way. Like when I first got on YouTube, they made my channel hella go viral because I was talking a certain way and I was conveying a message. So they fuck with my shit. But then when I started speaking a different way, they didn't like that shit. So they start fucking with me. This is why you'll see people who got like 100,000 subscribers and then they only got 200 views per video. How does that make any fucking sense? It's because at one time that person was talking real shit and getting views, and since YouTube is controlled, they were talking a certain way. So YouTube's like, okay, you can't have this many views speaking like this, so we're gonna have to kind of take your views down. So they fuck with their shit. That's what happens. So when you making anybody who has a lot of views on YouTube, 99.9% of the time, it's gonna be because that they're speaking a certain way. The moment they stop speaking that way, their views are to go down. This is why you'll have people who have 1 million subscribers, but they're only getting 20,000 views. That doesn't make sense. They should at least be getting 100,000. If you got 3 million subscribers, at least 100,000 per video. That's nothing. 200,000. Even the fucking Dr. Berg, the dude, he got 11 million subscribers, but then you see his video, it's only like 100,000 views on average. And then you know he's being censored because they just passed some censorship and for YouTube health. So anybody talking about anything that doesn't have to do with the doctor allopathic, I think that's what they call it, that bullshit. It doesn't have anything to do with allopathic, then you're gonna get your shit taken down and deleted or censored. He got 11 million subscribers and he's only getting like 100,000 views. That don't make sense. He should be at least getting 1 million. And if you look at the views that he had like 5 years ago, he was pulling like 1 million views per video, and he didn't even have 11 million subscribers. So when he had less subscribers, he was getting millions of views. But now he got like how the fuck that say? How the hell did your subscribers keep going up, but then your views go down? That doesn't make sense. It's fucking crazy. They fuck all this shit up. You say he's an agent because he acts like that. Mason, you pick up on the energy because he's like a person that they like. He's like that brotherhood, fucking what's that called? Alpha beta sorority type nigga. That's the type of nigga he is. So he's like already has that Masonic mind. That's the type of white person he is. So he already has that. So they already like him, and he talks about religion and Jesus Christ and all that shit. So they like that the motherfucker because he fits a program because it's a program. See, if you could decipher each program, then you can see okay what the fuck's going on. This shit is crazy. I just like it's just I get those two. Ever since YouTube made a YouTube channel, shit is weird as. Who's Dr. Byrne? I never heard of him. Lincoln America. Oh, Lincoln. No, I don't know what that was. That was some weird shit. I don't know what the fuck that was. I don't even pay any of that mind. Yeah, for real, man. Yeah, I don't like the energy where I'm at right now. I'm about to go somewhere else. If you don't like the energy where you're at, you got to get out of here. I don't like this energy right now. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna get the fuck up out of here. So what are you guys doing? I'm about to go. Yeah, I've been on here for a minute. 40 minutes. And if you guys want to know how it's gonna feel like in the future, how time like okay, because you see how time is speeding up. Just know like right now, let's just say right now it's 5 o'clock. In about 3 4 months, imagine right now being like 9 o'clock. So imagine the day so far and it being nine. That's how fast time's gonna go. So like whatever time it is right now, imagine if it was like 3 or 4 hours later than it was, and you experienced the day of what you did already. That's how you can kind of envision how this shit's gonna be, so you can kind of like not get too fucked up by it. So like imagine if it's 5 o'clock right now, imagine it's like nine. And that's all you only have like a few more hours to go to bed. Like that's how time's gonna be in a few months. Oh, I'm in NorCal right now. I had some trolls. I don't want to say what city because there's some trolls I had from a long time ago, and I think they still watch my shit because they said some shit. So I don't want to see. I mean, they had a trust control. They had a fucking forum. This was years ago. They had a forum about me. Like they had a forum trying to like just say, "Oh, look what this guy is doing," and because they didn't like me or some shit. So I don't know. There's crazy people on the internet, man. Like you guys don't understand. People's mind are could be very crazy. So I don't even know. Yeah, but yeah, don't just try not to focus too much on the time, just because you have time to do everything you want to do. It's not like you don't have time. Like you can't. There's nothing that's given to you that you can't do. Like it just you may be doing a lot of stuff you don't need to be doing, and then you're saying, "Oh, I don't have enough time," but there's certain stuff you got to just sacrifice. You may not want to, but you have to. And once you do that, then you have time. And soon, and it's not about just forcing yourself to like at the end of the day, you want to enjoy your life, and it's about killing these negative desires. So a lot of the shit you like to do, you're trying to kill that shit so you get into a mindset where you don't like to do it no more. It's not about forcing yourself to eat healthy. It's about eventually to the point where junk food tastes like crap and you can't even eat it and you need some fucking like healthy. That's what it's about, getting to that that's where it's a consciousness. The consciousness is not just the mind, it's the mind creates the body. So if you have a certain consciousness, then like breatharian consciousness, they have a certain consciousness where they don't need to eat. So their mind's in a certain space and then it plays out in their emotions and how they feel and what they can do with their body, so they don't need food because they got breatharian consciousness. That's like with the wealth consciousness. If you have that wealth consciousness and you tap into that wave, then you can have yourself making 100,000 plus a month. But you got to work your way up and get onto that. And there's little minor levels to it. And it's all this is why you see some people just make money, like, and it's like, how the fuck they make so much damn money? It's like they don't have nothing to do with the money. But then you got people who can't even get $20. It's because it's a certain energy, and they have blockages that they have to like probably have to learn lessons they need to learn and blockages. Because at the end of the day, like not everyone is meant to be like no one is meant to be really anything. Like you can't say, oh, everyone needs, like you guys say, oh, everyone needs to have free water. There's nobody that really says that. That's just a mind control program that you think. You watch Disney movie, oh, the good guy has to win and this is the bad and all, like everything is your moral and principle is like kind of like programmed and miscued. So you think things have to be this way, but in reality, because this is reality, it's not what you believe, it's reality. In reality, it's that's not how it is, and you see the evidence as people ruling the world and doing what they're doing, and because we have to attack it from a different point. It's not like, oh, we're victims and you got to attack it and get your own power and change this shit if you want to change. If you don't want to change it, nothing's gonna save you from it. What the fuck can save you? You have to save it yourself. It's like if I have a fucking like I gotta go pick up some food because I ordered it, or I gotta go fucking pick up some fucking something from the store that I ordered on the fucking line. No one's gonna pick it up for me. I have to go drive down and pick it up. I can't complain. Oh, nobody's picking it. I have to go drive to the store and pick it up. Otherwise, it's not going to be picked up. I can't be like, oh, it's going to get picked up by itself, or somebody might pick it up, or let's pray and hope someone picks it up. And then if no one picks it up, get angry and fight. Why there's somebody that's keeping me from picking up the bag, even though I could just go do it myself. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's how people seem when they're complaining about this fucking system. It's crazy. Yeah, your anxiety. That's I used to have anxiety. I don't have anxiety like that no more. Yeah, I used to have the tends to be hard to breathe. I used to have that. I got rid of it. I said I didn't want it, and I did what I had to do. I fasted, did my yoga, and then I got rid of it. That's how I got rid of it. I'm not saying that's the way everyone gets rid of it, but I got rid of it. There's a way to get rid of it, though. If you don't like the way your mind is, you can change it. It may take a while to change depending on how deep it is. It may take months or like years to actually change it, but you can change it. Yeah, man. I'm almost done with this fucking pen. I'm not, but I'm done with weed. I'm done with weed. So I'm through with it, and I feel free in a way because I don't have to sit here and go to this fucking store and get money and then go to the weed club and it's waste gas and time. It's like a freeze energy up. That's what you guys need to start doing. Like things that you, whatever you like to do. If you want to say you're a powerful spirit, get something that you like to do and just stop doing it for 10 days. If you can't do that, then in some people even say that you're not even a strong spirit if you can't really do that. Which I agree because you have to be able to like give up things in a heartbeat if you need to. If you say that you're not 3D and you're not of this world, and I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying everyone's good, but that's the thing. Meditation, breath work. That's another thing I'm gonna do is meditation, breath work. I'm gonna do meditation, breath work. I have purchased a class on Udemy. It's a guy. It's like a fucking. He's like a Slavic nigga, Eastern European or some like white person from like those fucking like those Germans and shit. He be doing the breath work. It's not the Wim Hof dude. It's not him. It's somebody else. This dude's actually the real. The Wim Hof, I feel like he just more some sensationalized bullshit that they probably just promote. Like I don't know. Don't get me. I don't want to say that because he does. Anybody that's talking about health, I don't even want to hate on them. Like I respect anybody who talks about health and trying to better the body. I don't have no hate to say on it because you're trying to actually help people. So I have respect for people that do that speak about health, but I just haven't watched. I probably might try some of his stuff out if I see it. But this guy, like, I'm gonna put some of his videos in or his techniques. I'm gonna show some of his techniques on my page. I'm probably gonna just record some of his. I don't know if I can record. It might be copyrighted because he has a channel or a program that I bought years ago. And when I was doing that program, I did the session every day for I did a 16-day fast. It was in 2020. And I did that breath work every day and I did a fast. And I didn't drink nothing or I didn't eat nothing. I drank, but I started drinking on like the 8th day or the 8th day or something like that. And I remember like I had a lot of like just a lot of shit was happening to me. I don't really want to get too much, but a lot of positive things. Like, just think of it like this: like gang stalking, imagine the opposite of that, but the positive version. So like good things, good things happen to you. That's what was happening to me. It was like I was getting gang stalked, but positively. Like good things would just synchronize and happen. That's what I was going through when I was like on the 11th or 12th day. I probably say 11th, 12th day. That's when I started really getting into that. I was doing my breath work and I was doing my fast, and I was really like, I have a Mars and an Aquarius. I have Mars, Venus, and Saturn all in Aquarius. Exactly. It's usually when you're not in alignment. There's never don't. That's why don't put too much emphasis and anger on the people outside of you because they're just responding. Like because you're a powerful. Look at it like this: you're a powerful spirit. You're a fucking powerful ass spirit. So when you're in a negative mindset, they're gonna respond negative because you're a powerful spirit. Just like they respond negative if you're in a positive, they're gonna respond positive, and then you have good things. So you just your power's being used negative. You got to get yourself up, and then you're gonna change the reality because you're the more powerful one. So you got to look at it like that. They ain't shit. They're just responding to the energy. They don't have no power. They're just responding to the energy that you're putting out. And then it's not even just them, it's the reality. So this is why other thing you may say shit just doesn't work or like something is about to happen that's positive in the last minute, it gets shut off and you can't get it and you thought you had your hopes up and it's like It all like it just like you could just tell that it just happened, like somebody tried to stop it or some shit. That's just because your energy was fucked up. And it before the moment you even got yourself in a situation to think you were gonna have it, you automatically weren't gonna have it because your energy was off. So like it just played out. So but once you thought you were gonna get it, it already was said that you weren't gonna get it because your energy wasn't right. Because you got to get yourself in a certain mindset. And 90, like if you're a powerful spirit, especially for me, like I only speak for me, once you get yourself to that mindset, you don't really give a fuck about this shit like you wanted before. Because you're in a mindset where you just don't give a fuck. And then that's usually when you get shit. At least that's how it was for me. Well, I always get shit where I don't really give a fuck about it or I really don't want it. Not to say every time. I've things I've gotten, but by the time I don't want the shit no more, that's when I can get it or I got it or it's fucking crazy. They got motherfucking dogs not even on a leash. I'll fucking cut that dog's throat. Come over here. That big ass dog just walking around. He ain't even on a fucking leash. Oh shit, man. Fuck. Yeah, man. Oh, somebody says school education system. I don't know. I wouldn't go to school. I think it's a waste of money. If you're gonna get a scholarship and you're playing like football or something, then that's the only time I could say, I guess. But if you're just having to pay, it's fucking dumb. Unless it's something you really want to do. And even though I would even say that, unless you're gonna be like a surgeon, because if it's something you really want to do, you can really like find another way to do it and work for yourself. I'm gonna go drive off real quick. I don't like the energy over here. Too many fucking, too much negative energy. Yeah, my shit's working good. My car was kind of giving me issue. It seems like it's working good now. Yeah, this shit's working nice. Oh man. Yeah, but what's good with everyone? Today was Thursday. Yeah. I know like it's weird, like I'm noticing like every month my appetite decreases. Like usually like the last remember I used to always go to the taco truck and every time around this time I'll always go get food at the truck or like just somewhere. And even if it would be like a little bit, because before I thought like I used to like because me, I used to eat like 3 big ass meals a day, right? And then it went down to 1 meal a day. Then it went down like to half a meal. So I'll get 1 meal and then I'll eat a little bit of it throughout the day. Now is I can't even eat a meal. Like literally, I can't even eat a meal at all. And it's fucking crazy. Like I noticed that shit. And then like the only thing I really crave right now is fruit. That's the only thing I really crave right now is fruit. If I do eat. So this is why I'm gonna just start my fast and just really buckle down on that shit. Yeah, I do. Sometimes I have astral projection, like flashbacks and stuff, but I don't really like speaking too much about that on here because at the end of the day, it's like it's an experience that I had. So if I tell you it, it's just like me telling you something that is because it's not true to you because you didn't have that experience. It's true to me. So if I tell you it, like if I learn something from it and I can correspond it into this real world, and I'll teach it. But like it happened to me, it's not your reality because that didn't happen to you. That happened to me. So when somebody has this experience, it's for them. It's not for somebody really to just know really because you could tell them, but then it don't have no bearing on them. But if you want to teach somebody what you went through, then it has to correspond with real life and like be able to help the person. You can't just say, "Oh, I went through this, and this is what I need to do now. You need to do it, and this is what I seen, and this is what it is, and this is how you have these motherfuckers talk about all this type of shit in the spiritual community, and then they talk like it's real, but it's no, nigga. That's your mind. That's not. That's for you. That was for you to do whatever you need to do with it. Not tell everybody that's what it is. Yeah, yeah, I seen that shit. That shit does like it's not. You just gotta have the train. Like it's not really like this is why you have to like train yourself before you start going into like these practices where you're able to see spirits. Because if you're not ready, it can scare you and trip you out, and you can start going crazy. That's why you got to be careful if you start trying to what they call open your third eye. Because some people, sometimes you guys don't like you guys want to say, "Oh, I want to see spirits," but sometimes you don't want to see that because you won't be able to turn that shit off, and then you be always seeing you go crazy. So the people could see that they know how to handle it, and then they have a mission and they know what they're doing. You don't want to just see it for no reason. Yeah, I don't even deal with the spiritual community anymore. This is not really as like spiritual community. It's just fucking. It's just like another I don't even know the word for it. I'll call it like I guess you could say conscious community because people are just conscious of just bullshit. Because when I say conscious, I don't mean conscious as in um you're intelligent or you're aware. I say like you're conscious or a retard is conscious because if he wasn't, he'll be dead. So it's consciousness. It's just people with their opinions on fucking reality and how they don't like their oppressed state. That's all that community is. A bunch of people who don't like the state that they're in and they're traumatized and they want to get something from the Jewish world to fulfill that trauma and not actually heal. So then they create all these real rationalizations about why the world is like this and how the white man's going to get this while it not actually happening and black people suffering, but somehow they have to keep rationalizing it so they don't look stupid when it doesn't come true. So that's the fucking community, and it's all different levels and shit. Like I don't even fuck with that shit no more. Like everyone just they're just looking to feel good and be entertained. That's what everyone's really trying to just do. Like if that's the case, nigga, go get high. Like yo, I gotta say this. Like, it's not even about healing and getting better and doing the work. It's about, oh, you hurt my feelings. Oh, you're eating meat. Oh, you're not doing like do what you gotta do and get the information. Like, don't sit here and try to be all, oh, you're not doing this. It's like another religion. Oh, you're playing music loud. You're the devil. Turn that music down. That's how these spiritual people are. Everyone makes fun of the Christian lady for saying turn the music down, but you could be spiritual and be like, oh, you're low vibrational because you fucking listen to this music or you're doing this. Like, shut the fuck up. Like at the end of the day, okay, let's just say they're listening to that music, but at the same time, you're still at the same job arguing with him of the music he's listening to. So how are you any better? The fuck? That shit is fucking hilarious. I saw a ghost walking across my room like an old man. Damn, that's crazy. Were you like awake, or were you like having an astral? Because a lot of these people that be saying like, "Oh, aliens abducted me," or some shit like that. They just had a they'll say aliens abducted me, or they'll say, "Oh, I was floating outside of my body." Like, shut the fuck up, nigga. What you were doing was having a dream, and your dream was you seeing a copy of this reality. So you weren't floating. You were just dreaming, having an astral projection that you were floating. So people act like they think that that's the real. They think that's the real life. It's like, no, it wasn't you floating. Like you could have thought of anything, but your spirit decided to create an astral projection of this reality of you floating over your body. That's what happened. When I create an astral projection, I don't do that shit. Sometimes I could do it, but sometimes I don't want to do that shit. Or some people never do that shit. So you don't have to be floating over your body. That's what you decided to create with your mind, which is perfectly fine. But don't act like that's some type of fucking shit that everybody has to experience, and that no, nigga, you just created that experience with your mind. Because at the end of the day, you're a human being, so you created it with the mind. So you can only think of shit with the human mind. You can't think of anything without, because you don't have. Damn, nigga, it said he was hiding under his bed. Damn, what the fuck is going on? Somebody fighting again. It's crazy. That shit's hilarious. Bunch of knockheads, they fighting. I don't know. They be putting something in those drugs, man. They be putting some type of shit. Because what I see is a lot of these drug addicts, they have a lot of spirits that is taking. You know, when you see these people on drugs, they be going crazy and be doing crazy shit. A lot of them, they got their spirits working through them, because the spirits, they like working through people that are like dementia, retarded, and drug addicts, because they can act how they don't have to conceal themselves. Because when you see a drug addict, they act crazy, and you think, but if a spirit came into a regular, they could only act a certain way because the person has a lot of control. So these homeless people, and these, like, you can see these people on drugs, they be acting crazy, and I could tell like a spirit is in them, because they be like talking about like this dude was talking about gang banging and this flag, and he was getting hella in depth, and I'm like, there's like, you could tell like there's a spirit in them, and it's just talking about, they be talking about some weird shit. I'm like, why the fuck are they talking? Is it because there's a spirit in them, and that spirit probably had certain experiences and is in them, and it's like it's taking control and fucking their mind up and making them do this crazy shit. They be getting hella angry and shit, and like, it's crazy. What's good with it, Third View? Shadow retrograde. Yeah, we still in it. I think it should be over though. But it should be over at the full moon. It'll be over. Yep. The full moon gonna be. Some spirits, not all spirits. It just depends on what spirit. Like a dog has a spirit, but that spirit in the dog is not. It just depends on the spirit. And even some spirits in the dog, like it could have been a human, and then it's just a dog now. It's so it just depends. All spirits though, they're all It just like, if a spirit's in a human mind, then it's gonna have a human consciousness. If a spirit is not in a human mind, then it's not gonna have human consciousness. It's gonna have whatever it's in. So not all spirits are conscious like human, because be in a human body. Just the spirit has to be in a human mind to think human shit. So it's like, it's weird, because then they'll say all this, even when people that'll talk about extraterrestrials or aliens, they always describe it like humans, like human beings. Other aliens are looking at planet Earth, and first of all, how do you know other aliens have the same brain neurons to have the same emotions and care for us to worry about humans? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, you're using a human brain to think like what would aliens do? But if an alien is not human, then you can't use the human brain to describe an alien. It'll have to be some shit you don't describe. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's like me trying to describe what dogs communicate about on a daily basis with my human mind. Like, oh, the dog is probably talking, what are you doing today? And like, what the fuck? I'm using my human mind to come up with that shit, so it doesn't make sense. But they'll say that's how aliens are. That's what aliens do. And the aliens always kind of look humanoid. It never be an alien that just, it has to be humanoid. Arms, legs, eyes, and nose, fingers, but it's just smaller. And why does it got to look humanoid? Why does every alien have to look like human-like? That's another thing. It's just weird. Why does it have to look like something that I seen before? That makes it look like you could have made it up. You see what I'm saying? It looks like something you could have made up. Because if it isn't, like, it should have been something we've already seen before. Like, I can go to an elephant and we all seen elephants. But the alien, no one seen it, but then it looks like something we've seen. So it's like you made it up. Because you can only know what you know. You can't make up something you don't fucking know. Like, so it's just crazy. That's why the alien shit is retarded. No, you don't. It doesn't. She doesn't do that. Like, if I was, you don't want to be an animal. Fuck that shit. If you die and become an animal, that's because you actually failed. Like, that's worse. That means you have longer. That means you have to go finish the animal lessons, then come back to be a human and do this shit again. So you got to be here longer. You're going backwards. Like, you're in third grade, going back to the first grade. Like, that shit sucks. You don't want to be no fucking animal. Because then you got to do that, and then you got to go be a human again. And then you might be stuck being an animal for a long time and shit. Like, fuck that. See, a lot of people don't even know what they're talking. They all want to be a bird. I want to be this. No, you fucking don't. As a matter of fact, like, if you want to be that, just don't even do your spiritual path and just be very lost. And then when you die, you actually might become that. Because if you're very fucked up, you end up becoming an animal. Because if you act so animal in a human body, then when you die, then you might end up becoming that shit. What about the prison planet theory? Like, what about it? Like, the planet's a prison? I would say like I would say it is, and it is a prison, but at the same time, we can get out of it whenever we want, or at most we can enjoy it, because there is a such thing where we need other, because you can't just, like, these certain places, you need other people to help create it and shit. Like, you can't just, like, this world we're living in is other people help create it. So if you want to go create, if we want to go create in a higher dimension, you're going to need people that are aware of that to be able to help create it. So if people aren't aware of that high dimension, then you can't really create that world. So we're going to, like, have to come back and not be in that world unless enough people wake up so we can have people to help create it. So, like, this is why you have to, like, this is why they say, oh, wake people up so everyone can wake up so we can go create that shit. Otherwise, that world won't be created. It's not set, like, you just be stuck in a lower dimension. Like, you won't be able to go in that world and create it and, like, make it more. Soul Track set up by Manila. I don't believe that. I don't believe that it's a soul track. I don't believe it's a soul track. I think it's just it's nothing to do with no human beings creating humans and manipulate. I don't believe any of that. I think what's going on is we came down here and everything we helped create this. Humans created this world. Like the mind of spirits created this world. There was no God that created this world. It was a bunch of people because we each have our own mind, right? And with our own mind, with all everyone's mind coming together, that's what creates this place. It's not like one person created it. It's every this whole world is everybody's mind just put together. That's what this world is. So like these trees, the buildings, somebody put these here. Somebody grew plants and built this. Somebody, so it was like everybody created, helped create it. It wasn't just some God did this and it doesn't make sense. That's what I was saying. Humans created this bullshit. This is why you hate this shit because we created this shit because we were fucking low. Ain't no God or no supreme being created this shit. This is a bunch of people because we each had our mind, and when we all came together, it created this. We each have our own mind and world, and we bring the worlds together and the minds together, and it this is the reality. That's the only way to create this reality. This place wouldn't exist if it wasn't for each and every one of the spirits in this world, from the bugs all the way to the humans. It wouldn't even exist. So all the spirits have to come together, and it creates this. This is why if you want to create a world like this in a higher dimension, you have to have the spirits aware of that dimension so you can create it. Otherwise, you have to just keep coming back to this lower dimension and in this world. So it's like you. That's why they say wake people up so they can, so we can all be able. Because you need people, even though you go to the higher dimension. If you're there by yourself, you can't create a world like this that up there to make it even better. Like a higher, because you need other people's help. Like I just said. Indian dance. And what's going on today? It's hella funny because I see a lot of people fighting here. And just 2 weeks ago at the movie theater, they said it was like 100 high school students. It was like a riot. And I'm like seeing how like this motherfucker needs to chill. It's just crazy. Motherfuckers is just miserable, man. Like I'm telling you, people are just going through it and they're miserable. And it's gonna get worse. It's gonna get a lot worse. Uh, What you somebody said, what do I think about MGTOW? I think I already talked about. I don't really give a fuck about MGTOW, to be honest. They can do whatever, fuck. It's whatever. I don't really care. Not even that serious, to be honest. A lot of those people, they're just mad because they probably like they didn't get the woman they want to get, or they got cheated on, or it's all to do with some trauma they had with some bitch, and that's just what it is, really, mainly. If it wasn't like that, everybody would be complaining about it. But it is what it is. Just people just need to heal, and then pretty soon they probably won't even be that shit because they won't waste their time on it. Yeah, that's crazy, man. I saw a news fan die from a fight with another fan. Yeah, that's crazy. No fuck. I don't know, like over football too. Like, who gives a fuck about football? Football's the most retarded ass sport. It's not retarded. I used to watch it when I was young, but like I said, like a lot of shit I don't like anymore. Like I used to watch sports when I was really young, but I don't know. It's stupid. Like it's just, and it's all it is just fucking like it's because what it is it's like it's witchcraft. They like have a lot of witchcraft, and people are like obsessed with these sports teams. These sports teams are like people's like their god and their fucking they worship these teams because they use a lot of witchcraft on these teams and shit. Yeah, they use a lot of witchcraft. So that's why I don't even watch that shit really. Yeah. Yeah, I would invite you guys, but I don't want to make this too long. I'm trying to. I was supposed to get off a few minutes ago or like 30 minutes ago, but I don't want to just invite somebody and then I gotta go, or I feel like going, but I don't want to end it because I just started talking. So next time I get on, I'm gonna probably set it when I'm gonna go live with people. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set its date and time for that live, so you guys can prepare and I can get everyone in the beginning. Because usually people would join towards the end of the live, and when I'm about to dip out, and then I don't get to invite no one in. So I don't mind driving. Like I like driving on the road. I don't like that. I don't like that fucking $6 expensive ass gas that I need in order to drive on the roads. I don't like that shit, but I like driving on the road. Yeah, yeah. It isn't really like at the same time. It is whatever you make it. Like, don't get me wrong. This place ain't good. Like it's hell. This place is hell. But at the same time, we have the ability to turn it into a heaven. It's not gonna be heaven, but it's gonna be like it. We have that ability. For real, man. And when you get your car, you should always like look at like read the manual of your car and follow what the manual says and take care of that shit. Because I've dealt with cars and they when they fuck up and they break, it's a pain in the ass and it's hella expensive. And that shit pisses me off when you're dealing with a car that has a lot of needs a lot of repairs. So like you want to read that manual and like make sure you get it like you maintain it and shit when you have a vehicle so you can save yourself money because if you don't do it, you gotta overheat the engine or little damage that might get done. You don't even know because you fucked up and you didn't. Because what they do is they make these vehicles very fragile. They do this deliberately because it helps their economy, it helps their system, and it keeps everybody a sheep and a slave because they need money always to be moving. So when people's car break down, they got to go spend money, and then now they can make parts, and they have a whole industry of mechanic and paint jobs and all this other shit because the car breaks down. You see what I'm saying? Though they deliberately make it where it breaks down so you can have to always keep fixing it. They also make it where you need to get it registered and because they want to control because they already don't want people drive. They're kind of scared to have people driving. They don't really want people, but this is why they have a lot of like regulations on it. You have to be this age and have this and always have to register it, and it's so expensive. It's because they want to do it and they're trying to get rid of it and make everybody on transportation and shit. But they do that. They do this shit. So when you get a car, you always gotta like make sure, and even when you make sure, always like be prepared to get a new one and shit. Like always have a plan B and shit because you can't even really can't be too comfortable in this reality. You can be comfortable, but you have to have your shit right. Because what I realize it's about developing a strong mind. It's not about making life easy. Like I don't really give a fuck about life being easy. I want to just have a strong mind. Because when you have a strong mind, it's like imagine every time you go it's like it's cold outside, and instead of putting on a jacket, you just breathe hot air from your breath on your body or your arms, and you're like, "Oh, I don't want to put on it. I just breathe hot." Like it's dumb. It's inefficient. So it's the same. What I would just say, like, build a strong mind instead of making an easy life. Because when you have a strong mind, then you can just chill, relax, and shit happens to you, and you have the jacket, which is your strong mind. You see what I'm saying? You don't have to worry about all this other shit because you have the strong mind. Versus if you just always you don't develop a strong mind, but you always make the situation perfect. Then once the situation's not perfect, you start tripping again, and now you got to go fumble around and make it a perfect again. Then have that little moment of peace. Then it fucks up, and then you think agents are attacking you, and this person's ruining my peace. It's like fuck them niggas. They ain't doing shit. You just get a strong mind. You don't give a fuck, and you can keep moving and forget about it. That's really what it's supposed to be about. That's what you do the true shadow work. That's what I'm starting to realize. I don't really give a fuck about a lot of shit that used to bug me. It don't really bug me because I can see a lot of people they dealing with their own traumas and their own issues. They upset, they angry because a lot of the when once you start healing and getting in a higher mindset, you're able to see people in their trauma easier because you just got out of yours. So you're able to be more understanding and see people from okay, this nigga just fucking he's crazy. So I'm not able to even entertain that shit. Yeah, I remember on Facebook years ago, I seen this fucking this was back in like 2012. It was a airless tire, and it was a tire that had no air in it, but it was designed that it can never pop and it could run over nails and still run. And this was back in 2012. They had this shit. It's 2023, and you still see cars with tires. So this tells you what I was saying was right. Like they can easily release this shit, but they don't because it's like they don't release shit for people's entertainment. Just know that it's like people do. Oh, why don't they release that? It's better. It's like, bitch. First of all, who said you even need to be driving? The only reason you're driving is because the way they designed the system. They designed everything to be far away. If you were going to create a system for yourself, are you going to design everything to be far away and drive there? No, you're not. You're going to design everything to be close. So you feeling like you need a car to drive is the only reason you feel it because you're in a Masonic system. If you weren't in a Masonic system, you wouldn't even probably need to drive a car. If depending on how the system was built, you won't even need money because there's other ways to run a system that isn't even money. Dumbass sheep watching fucking football. You guys hear that? He watching fucking football. I guess it's Thursday night football. Oh, come on, dude. Fuck. Hold on. Damn it. What the fuck is that shit, dude? Yeah. But I'm probably gonna dip out in a minute, guys. Yeah, shout out to the third view. Yeah, third view. Yep. Yeah, check out his channel too. Yeah, third view. Yeah. But I'm probably about to dip, guys. I'll probably hit you guys up later. And yeah, I'm gonna keep this upload up. Let me keep this video up. Yeah. Yeah, man. Thanks for the shout out. Nice headphones. I got headphones? I was talking to somebody else. Or you mean not headphones, the Bluetooth speakers? Means you're great people in business. Oh, life path number? Yeah, I have a number 3 life path. That's my life path number. What's everyone's life path number? Mine's is 3. Oh, the photo. Oh, that was a Bluetooth speaker. Yeah, they're all right. They don't sound loud enough. There's another pair by another brand. It's the same price and it's way louder, way better. And I remember years ago I got a pair that I had gotten for like the same price. It was way louder. So like the quality's gone down. Like this company just I don't know. It's just because the other one I got was the same company, and it's like it's not loud enough. Like I would get speakers from a different brand at the same price, and it's not loud with this brand. So I think this is like a budget brand or some shit. I don't know, but they look good. They look strong, but they're not that loud. Like if I pay, like this shit was $80. If I would have paid, it was $80. Yeah, yeah, it's not loud enough. Yeah, these are the speakers right here. They're good because they got like a light. They have lights on them and shit. So moving on. Welcome to all tech lansing. See, I don't know if you guys can see the lights. Oh yeah, you can see them. See, there's like lights and shit. Yeah, and then I had got these ones. These ones trash. I'm gonna probably just sell these ones. This is like it's like the same one, but it's a small one. This one dies like in 45 minutes. The battery's trash. This one's way better, but the volume sucks. This brand just sucks. The best one is Soundcore. That's the well. I don't want to say it's the best one, but that's the one I got. They're pretty good. Remember, you took a vacuum live with the flip flops. What's that? Oh, USPS. I don't know. I went to the mail room to check the mail, and I just seen it, and I was like, "What the fuck? This dude fucking left the damn thing." I didn't want to take that shit though, because first of all, it's probably not even worth nothing. They probably might track it and it's some federal shit. They say, "Oh, you stole some federal shit," and then so I'm not even. You said I took a vacuum live with flip flops. You mean took a piss or I don't know vacuum? He said you been checked him too. It's just funny though. I was like, how the fuck I? Oh, the vacuum. Oh yeah, I remember the vacuum. It was at Big Lots. I remember that video. That hella people dislike that video. People get hella offended. That's how programmed people are. Like, people it's not like if I was stealing from an old lady, then that's fucked up. If I was like stealing from like somebody who's like it's fucked up. It was from a fucking store, and motherfuckers disliked it because it's so programmed. And oh, that's wrong. You're stealing from like shut the fuck up, nigga. Like you don't even know what these people who run the store. You don't even know how they even got the money to even get their store. Like you don't even know that your fucking social security numbers on a stock market, and people are making millions of dollars off your fucking name, and then they're investing that money in the stock market, and then making more money off you, feeding their families, and you're stupid ass tripping over a fucking vacuum. Get the fuck out of here. And you want to say, oh, it's not right to do. I'm not saying it's right, but I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying it's none of my fucking business. Do what the fuck you got to do. Yeah, it was a speaker. These niggas got fucking. I don't care. I'm not tripping though. It's funny though. Yeah. But it's a good speaker though. It's good if you're gonna like if I'm gonna watch a movie or watch like videos and or if I'm playing like a movie or some shit. Like if I'm watching something on like my phone or something or my iPad, then I would use that. But for music, it's trash because it's not loud enough. It's not loud for music. You gotta spend like at least 200-300 to get a real speaker that's gonna be good. You gotta get at least 200-300. Cause I had got one that was like 200 or nothing like two something, and it actually sounded loud. So like that's where you have to get it. You can't get like something thinking oh it's gonna be loud for like 70, 80, 90 bucks. It's not gonna work. Unless like some people could be good with it, but I like my shit to be hella loud. Like I don't like if I'm gonna go spin it, you might as well just get the best shit. I don't know. I just don't like having internet information. I don't view it anyhow. I just at least it's information. You just got to know how to use it. But most people don't know how to use it. So yeah, you probably got to just go. I'll probably go. Probably gotta go home. Yeah. Okay. Tomorrow's Friday. Okay. Yeah. Those new Pokemon things come out. The dude that I be selling them to, he just said like get as much as you can and I'll buy it. But I don't know. He just has the money to get it. He's like whatever you have, I'll get. So I think the new ones come out tomorrow. So I'm gonna go get them tomorrow. Usually they don't have them at Target. They usually have them at Target like the week after, I think. And then Walmart, you have to go to certain Walmarts to get them. Not all Walmarts have them. Yeah. Yeah, my car working a lot better. But I think it was the starter that I don't know what it was because I had just got a new battery and the battery was fucking up. So I knew it wasn't the battery. But ever since I got the thing fixed, it seems like it's working good. Yeah, the car's working good though. Damn. I'm probably about to end this live stream now. Whenever I see them at the store, I laugh. It reminds me. You see what? Oh, the cards. I probably still like. Oh, ever since May, the price is around because I started taking them around May, a few months ago. I probably stole like thousands of dollars of those fucking cards. And the funny thing is, they still have as much as I took, they still have a whole bunch of them. Fuck. I hate when people drive on the fucking side of you, dude. What the fuck is going on? Fucking dumbass people, man. I need to make a right, and then. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go in here. Should I go in here? No, I'm not gonna go in. I already told my. Yeah, I told myself I forgot I'm not doing that shit no more. Yeah, I gave up sodas. I haven't drank a soda like in a week. So I was about to go get one. I was like, oh, I forgot I don't drink that shit. So I was like, okay, I don't drink one. Or not a soda, the icy. I was gonna get one. I haven't drank one like a week. So I'm done. I'm giving that up. I already cut that out. Cause that shit ain't good. Like sometimes it's good, but I was drinking so much of this shit that it started getting me nauseated. So I saw like I can't. I'm not drinking this shit no more. Cause I was starting to get nauseated and sick after I drink. Because I drank so much of it, like I could start to like the chemicals starting to attack my stomach. Like I felt kind of sick. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. All right, then, third view. I'll hit you up later. Yeah, I'm gonna drop my link next time I have people in. I didn't have people. I was gonna have people in today, but yeah, I'll do it next time. But check out the third view channel, everyone. Do you used to sell snacks? I used to steal snacks in high school. I ain't sell them. I'm just one dude I used to know. He used to sell snacks. Oh damn! What's today's date? It was Thursday. What the fuck? Who's it getting nice? Yeah. I wish you could flip the camera around it. I don't know why you can't do that on StreamYard. That's stupid. Yeah, you can't flip the camera around. I don't know why StreamYard doesn't let you do that. Uh, yeah, I remember at the lunch line or the breakfast line, they had like some food that was out, and then I'll like take them. So I wasn't really doing it too much back in the day. Like back in the day, I was stealing, but I wasn't stealing that much. Like it's only probably been like the last few years I've been going hard. But before I was just doing it every now and then, or I'll do it. Actually, I take that back. I was doing it hard. I was taking a lot of shit because there was times when I was drinking alcohol and I didn't pay for alcohol. Like I was addicted to Red Bull for like months. I didn't pay for no Red Bull. The whole time I was addicted to Red Bull, I didn't pay for any Red. The only the crazy thing is when the only time I paid for a pack of Red Bull was the last pack I ever that I ever bought. Like, cause I was addicted to Red Bull for like 8 months, like years ago, and I would just stealing cartons of it and just drinking it and just stealing the shit from the store. And then when I went to Walmart, I was gonna steal some, and then the lady caught me stealing it. So I just bought it. I was like, whatever, I'm gonna buy it. And that carton that I bought, that was the first one I bought. The first Red Bull I drank, my heart started hurting, and I had to throw out all the Red Bull. And that shit was like, damn, that was the first package I bought. And before I was stealing them and it didn't fuck with me at all. But then the first one that I bought that I actually spent money on, that shit, the first Red Bull I drank out of that, my heart was hurting like crazy, and I couldn't even drink another one. I had to throw out the fucking Red, or I think I gave it away. Shit was crazy. I was like, fuck this shit. That's why I was like, fuck this shit. I was done. But yeah, I'm not recommending anybody going out here and stealing and shit. I'm not saying it's gonna work for it works for me based on my situation, and I do what works for me. But I'm not gonna sit there and be like, "Oh, you guys can go and do this." And if anything, I don't want people stealing because if everybody was stealing as much as I was stealing, because when I go, I get like shit. I get a lot of shit. Like I don't just get a little bit of stuff. Like I get a lot of shit. Like you guys don't understand. Like I don't show everything I get, but if everybody was stealing like I was stealing, I wouldn't be able to steal. It would be impossible because the stores will take so much loss. God damn, shut the fuck up. The stores will take so much of a loss that they would they wouldn't be able to do business no more. Or they'll end up having to change up the operation and do online or so that's why I like when people don't steal because people don't steal means I can steal more. Yeah, but oh wow. I think I'm about to hit up get out. Mm, yeah, I'll do that. All right then guys. I'll meet you guys up later. Peace.